51 rushing yards in the win with Malik Willis at quarterback as Jordan Love sits out with the knee injury. Jacob shined in a run-heavy game plan, an unseasonably hot day in Green Bay with gritty, grimy runs throughout this game. And it was really fun to see him have a big game and Malik Willis get a win. Marcus, did you like how Coach Matt LaFleur game planned this one with his backup quarterback?
What do you think? Do you think he liked it?
Do you like run game or...
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. One, you manage a young quarterback, obviously. Yeah. We talked about Malik Willis. And last week, we talked about how he's been able to manage having injuries when they went to Arizona with no wide receivers that were starters, and he formulated a game plan. The motion in the backfield, the variation of formation was so impressive to me. And you gave this defense, you actually slowed this front down so much, especially the linebackers, that by the time they realized what was coming at them, Mina, you know what it reminded me of? When I was at Southern Lab, we played in the state championship, and it was the first time we saw the dang on triple option. And it's like trying to solve a freaking arithmetic problem when you first see it. And I felt like LaFleur kind of initiated some of that. This Indianapolis Colts defense was confused about all of the things that were transpiring in the backfield. With some sleight of hand, but it was coming directly at you. And we know Josh Jacobs is a physical runner who loves to get to the second level.
Matt LaFleur is a great coach. I've been watching this. I was thinking, how often have we seen head coaches have to lean on backups, and even backups who have been with the team certainly far longer than Malik Willis, and just slam the back into the 8-man box over and over and pray for something to happen. Matt LaFleur, on the other hand, as Marcus alluded to, was extremely creative with the run game. 6 different Packers had multiple carries in this one. There were end-arounds, screens off of play fakes, different guys in the backfield and the gun. And then on top of that, I do want to give some credit to Malik Willis. Simplified defense because of the emphasis on the run. It's the Colts, so it's a lot of cover 3. All he had to do was just connect on some of those easier passes into the flats, and he did his job. So credit to the coach, credit to the quarterback.
You saw his lead.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about this. This has been hard to find anything worth talking about for the Green Bay Packers because I don't think people really care to talk about the Packers and Malik Willis, unfortunately. But you guys know I've been super high on the Packers for, ever since, honestly, they lost in the playoffs. So I'm still going to talk about the Packers. I'm still going to create as much content as I can around the Packers. It's just a little bit hard when Jordan Love's not there because, I guess Jordan Love is the moneymaker. But okay, my biggest takeaway for the Green Bay Packers was their resilience. I already know Matt LaFleur can coach. I've been saying that for a while now, that Matt LaFleur is a top coach in the NFL, right? And one of the best indicators of that is being able to win with a backup quarterback and making Malik Willis, who's effectively done nothing in the NFL. He's been with Malik Willis for all of 25 seconds, and he has him go 12 for 14 for 122 yards and a touchdown. That's pretty remarkable. I know that's not this amazing box score, right? That's not like, it's not 29 for 35 for 380 yards, but that is what you do. And to me, that is Matt LaFleur's just intelligence, genius, and his ability to understand what it takes to win a football game. He made Malik Willis look very competent, whereas when Malik Willis was elsewhere, not so much. So very, very, very impressive. And the wide receivers can make some plays. I mean, they helped Malik Willis out in a few key plays, and they didn't hurt him. And that's so important when you have a quarterback, Malik Willis. When you have a quarterback who is not your main quarterback, he is not obviously a top quarterback in the NFL. He may not even remotely be a starter, right? He's kind of hanging on the thread right now, quite frankly, as a backup. And the wide receivers didn't make his job harder, which we consistently have seen around the league. Players, wide receivers, pass catchers, whether they're running backs, wide receivers, or tight ends, making it harder for their quarterback, especially their young quarterback. And you can't do that. You just can't, especially in this situation. You know how hard it is to win a game like this with a backup quarterback who, again, you've had for 2 seconds. And the fact that they didn't do that speaks volumes for the Packers. That's taking care of the small details. That is, I can't tell you how important that is. And that will pay dividends when you get Jordan Love back for weeks. Because you could have lost this game. This absolutely could have been a game that you could have lost. No question about it. So the fact that the Packers were able to get this win is huge, huge, huge. Make no mistake about it. With all that said, though, I got to be honest. We know the Colts aren't this great team. You're not going to be able to judge this game too seriously beyond what I just said, right? You're not going to really be able to look at it too much for the X's and O's. You can't even take pride in that run game. The Colts got run all over against the Texans, and now they got run all over against the Packers. The Colts are clearly, not playing too great as of right now, at least defensively. And offensively, they seem to be limited by Anthony Richardson, right? He's shown such highs where you're just like unbelievable, and then he's shown that he can't do some of the most basic elementary football 101 stuff. And so, he showed why he can be great, and he also showed why not so great. So again, if you're a Packers fan and you're watching this game, you should feel really good about this. And to me, this shows what the Packers have is belief in their team, their high-level coaching, their ability to focus on the small details, their ability to be adaptable, resilient, and pick each other up, right? Kind of next man up. But beyond that, we can't go much deeper than that, honestly. Because also, this isn't your team. This is the Malik Willis and the Green Bay Packers, not Jordan Love. With Jordan Love, this team is obviously completely different. The offense is completely different. So to me, though, there's still some good takeaways that we can have of this game. And I think they're definitely worth emphasizing, because when you talk about some teams and what it takes to be a championship team, so much of it is resilience. It's being able to take these hits and continue to move forward. And we pretty much have seen that with like every single Super Bowl winning team, or at least every team that has reached the Super Bowl, is you gotta show resilience. You gotta show that you are not fragile. You got to be anti-fragility, if that's even a word. You can't do that. And that the Packers had this first opportunity to show that. They go down 0-1 in a tough loss against the Eagles, on the road, slippery. Jordan Love gets hurt, and you're like, oh my God, like it's depressing, it's devastating, it's exhausting. You've been so excited all offseason leading to this moment. Let's go, and then that happens. It's just awful. It's an awful experience, and it's awful for the players and the coaches. They feel numb. They feel shook to their core. They're just like, oh my God, what the heck? And so to get this win, I know it's a weird win, 16-10, Malik Willis, but it's like it's bigger than I think maybe the average person may realize. So I wanted to make sure that I emphasized it as much as I can, as much as this platform allows me to. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What did you guys think? Do you think this was a big win for the Packers? Do you think it was kind of lucky that they just had to face the Colts, and the Colts are kind of all over the place? Or do you think this kind of shows kind of who the Green Bay Packers are, or any other takeaways that you may have had? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.